Good morning, Alan. Hello, everyone else, and welcome to Stardust Spider, the 70's Sontarans, from the Time Warrior through the invasion of time. The Sontarans are in three different stories. At first sight, a Sontaran, complete in its shining spacesuit, looks like a humanoid dwarf. But once the alien has removed its heavy metal, all the Dark Age fears and nightmares that man has ever known destroy any thought of approaching this creature in friendship. It is the Hobgoblin, the sly demon at the universe with its flat and top skull, two slit eyes, and lipless mouth, a pale face on a squat yet bulky muscular frame, and it is deceivably strong. This forms the complete image of the most repulsive of the monsters ever known to roam the universe, a Sontaran. The Sontaran race evolved from one single cell of living matter. Continuous reduplication meant that the life form degenerated into the present state, a hideous, unfeeling creature with one single minded purpose: war, to wreak havoc and destruction throughout the universe. A manufactured species with mass destruction as their ultimate goal. To die for the Sontaran battle fleet is recognized as a glorious climax to any commander's career. Death means little to creatures that are able to multiply at the rate of 1 million every 4 minutes. Thousands of them will die on the battlefronts of all of their conflicts, for this is how victory is achieved. A typical Sontaran boast is, the greater the odds, the greater the glory. Humans look to the future to bring peace, love, and leisure. Sontarans see only war, more destruction, more life forms for them to wipe out in their murderous rampages through the stars. The Sontarans have been at war with their nearest neighbor, the Rutons, since before the Earth's Middle Ages. It is a war which shows no signs of ending. For the Rutons are as obsessed in their hatred of the squat warriors as the Sontarans are with destruction. As the war gained strength, the two battle fleets spread further out into space, taking the conflict to innocent worlds which only wanted peace. Planets were ravaged, whole races of people wiped out amidst a holocaust that was not of their making, while Sontaran and Rutan vessels pursued each other further into space. Soil which had once grown crops, where animals had grazed, was turned into sandy waste as bombs dropped to prevent either of the warring aliens from gaining a foothold on a planet that could be of future strategic value. But this was of little concern to either the Sontarans or the Rutons. Then, by chance, a Sontaran commander, his spaceship crippled and running uncontrollably off course, stumbled across Sol 3, Earth in the Middle Ages. Whilst trying to repair his capsule, he delighted in giving the peasants of the time weapons from their future. Guns and muskets would be used to attack castles, protected only by swords and axes. Fortunately for the human race, the age in which he was trapped gave the Santan commander Lynx neither the scientific manpower or the technology to complete the repairs to his ship. So anxious was he to return to his space fleet that, using a basic component of his vessel's complex control system, he stole some scientists from out of the future. It was a decision which caused his downfall. When, in pursuit of the time beam that had whipped the scientists from out of the 20th century, the doctor arrived and put to right all of the Sontarans' meddlings. The Earth was now seen as a strategic stepping stone in the murderous space war, and the Rutons attempted a complete wipeout attack. But the Doctor appeared once more to defeat the spearhead of the attackers. Earth was then ignored by the warring races until after intense heat from solar flares had forced a complete evacuation of the planet. However, this was short lived. When the Earth was inhabitable once more, a small group of humans from one of the colony planets returned. Unhappily for them, their presence also attracted the attention of the Sontarans. A Sontaran landed and enslaved the pioneer settlers. This brutal and savage creature took delight in torturing the humans, testing them to discover the weaknesses of Earthlings. Using this information, the Sontaran invasion force would be able to attack all the colonies of the Earth and exterminate the human race. Fortunately, again, the Doctor was on hand to engage the Sontaran in mortal combat. He could not have chosen a more deadly adversary. Possessing superhuman strength on its home planet, the lighter gravity of Earth made the Doctor's foe even stronger. However, the Doctor knew about one major weakness of the Sontaran race. A small tube called a probic vent protrudes from the back of the Sontaran's neck. A blow to the area results in death to the creature. Yet a more significant weakness was known to the Doctor. A Sontaran needs to recharge its life force constantly when outside of its home environment. The Doctor created a version while his companions sabotaged the monster's recharging banks in the Sontaran space capsule. With the Sontaran warrior dead, the Doctor convinced the waiting invasion force that any further invasion attempts would be dealt with in the same manner. The Sontarans abandoned their attack plans, and once again the Doctor saved the Earth from the tyranny of alien invaders.